over the weekend.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a little slick coming up the hill, but for the most part down in North Utica, not too bad.
Yeah, driving to work today, Route 8, some slick spots on the less traveled lane. The more traveled lane was relatively fine. I give it a grade about 8 or a 9 out of 10, just on the wet side. But as you head up the higher elevations, roads a little bit slick. This is wet snow we're dealing with, so it's not fluffy. So even though it could be a thin layer, the snow, again, is on the slick side. So we have a wet snow alert, thin layer of wet snow in higher elevations on mainly untreated roads, but still some treated roads could be a little slick and slushy, and it could be as slick as ice. So definitely want to exercise caution when traveling out this morning. Here's a look at road conditions right now here in the valley. As expected, the warmer temperatures yesterday and the rainfall has prevented a lot of that snow from really sticking. You can see the surfaces such as grass has accumulated some snow, but those roads mainly are wet. A different story as we look to Cooperstown. You can see some wet snow accumulating on the road again. That is the slick stuff you want to slow down when you're driving on. Again, current temperature in the low 30s, right around freezing. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 top of the radar. The heaviest snow band has continued to push east. Now, we'll be dealing with some light lingering snow showers for today. But as again, you headed through this morning, grab that snow brush, snow boots, and budget a little extra time. Again, as some spots are a little slick. Highs today in the mid-30s as we head into this evening. Snow showers come to an end. Clouds clear out. We're expecting some sunshine tomorrow and possible lake effect snow on Wednesday. Full details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. With the snowfall.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. That shot in our Cavity Tower camera is from our parking lot high atop here on Smith Hill in Deerfield. And those higher elevations are the areas that are seeing the most slick spots this morning. Regardless, even in some locations in the lower elevations, there are some slick spots. Treat that as if it's ice. This snow is wet, it's slushy, it's dense. Even just driving over it could cause your tires to spin a little bit. So this morning, a few slick spots in the area. Things will continue to improve this afternoon with a few lingering light snow showers, mostly cloudy skies, but the worst of the snowfall has since passed east, and we're now mainly, again, just talking with just a few lingering slick spots. Here's a look at what's going on across central New York. You can see the heaviest snowfall currently taking place north of the Mohawk Valley. You see accumulation of the fences right there from Mesnet cameras. But you head in the lower elevations, barely any snowfall has accumulated. And that heavy snow band has since pushed east, now heading towards Albany. A few lingering light snow showers here, turning to some light lake effect this afternoon before things quiet down tonight and into tomorrow. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Organizers of the annual snow.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy Monday. Some of us are waking up to a bit of a slushy snowfall. However, a lot of those main roads in the lower elevations are turning out to only be a little bit wet. Not too bad. Here's a live look of downtown Utica. Here's a look at Route 5. If you're heading out the door this morning, these main roads, lower elevations, are generally okay. A few slick spots here and there, especially on bridges. Temperatures are still right around freezing, 32 degrees, and that's what's causing these lower elevations to be largely snow-free on those roads. Still a different story as you head up the hills north and south of I-90. Still some slick spots and accumulation on those roads. Personally, as I was driving into work, there was some snowfall accumulation on those roads as I headed down from New Hartford area into the Mohawk Valley. After that, roads were mainly wet, especially on the Route 12 arterial. Local temperatures below freezing up in the North Country, 30 Big Moose, 31 Inlet. In the Mohawk Valley, right above freezing, 33 Westmoreland, 33 degrees in Little Falls. Southern Valleys, temperatures right around freezing as well, 34 Cooperstown, but as you head down I-88, 31 Scnevis, 30 in Oneonta. These temperatures play a huge role in exactly how much snow we see. Notice Surface temperature, 34 degrees. Wet snow, right around 5 inches of accumulation. If these temperatures were 30 degrees or even 18 degrees, notice a huge jump as cooler snowfall can barely hold that much moisture. That's 1 inch of water, so if it rained an inch of water, this is how much snowfall we would see. You can see the heaviest snow band has set up just east of our area, currently heading through Albany right now, so we were spared from a lot of that heaviest snow. And it's continued to move very quickly. You can see on our Skycast this morning, again, widespread snowfall continuing east. Still some lingering light snow showers for today. Not expecting any huge impacts with this, but still light snow continuing on. Highs in the mid-30s. Heading into tonight, things clearing out with some clear skies possible by the early morning hours Tuesday. And then by the afternoon, sunshine, a little breezy. Highs in the upper 30s to maybe low 40s if we warm up enough. Then Tuesday night, we're dealing with lake effect light snow developing off of Lake Ontario, then developing into a more steady lake effect snow band heading into Wednesday morning, lasting throughout Wednesday afternoon. After this, though, things do look to quiet down. So how much snowfall are we talking besides last night's snowfall? Maybe traced to 1 inch here in the Mohawk Valley, 1 to 3 possible in those highest elevations north and east. And so for today, highs in the mid-30s, light snow, windy conditions tonight. Decreasing clouds, low of 25 degrees. Your 7-day forecast. Again, still some tricky travel possible early this morning in those highest elevations. Lower elevations are still mostly okay with some wet roads. Quiet for Tuesday, lake effect snow Wednesday, and we're entering a quiet and mild stretch as we head into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So again, if we heading out the door this morning, again, watch out for some slick spots, even though the snow is on the thinner side of the roads, still could be slick as ice.
Yeah, take your time for sure. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:22.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you are getting ready to head out this morning, take your time. It's tricky in some parts.
Yeah, some parts. We got new reports coming in. Of course, if you do have any snowfall report totals, you can, of course, send it to us at weather@wktv.com. They are greatly appreciated because it lets other people know about the current road conditions. We currently have one Litchfield, 3 to 4 inches of snow. So as it's mainly elevation based, higher elevations got the snow. As you head down to the Mohawk Valley, different story. So regardless, if you are traveling from higher elevations this morning, we have a wet snow alert. Even if some of the roads are on the thinner side regarding snowfall accumulation, still this wet snow is as slick as ice. But as you can see in downtown Utica on our Nexus camera, current temperature 32 degrees, not a lot of snow sticking on those roads. So as soon as you hit the main roads, the arterial, Route 8, generally the commute should be fine. But again, if you look to higher elevations, for example, here in Cooperstown, those roads are a little bit slushy out there this morning. Across the state, temperatures in the low 30s, and a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 DOP on the radar. The heaviest snow has continued to push east, still dealing with some lingering snow showers this morning and some light snow this afternoon. So if you head out the door this morning, grab that snow brush and then budget some extra time as you head out the door. High temperatures only reaching the mid-30s for today with some lingering light snow showers. As we head into tonight, things quiet down. Some sunshine tomorrow, then some lake effect snow for Wednesday. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. President Biden has
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Good morning and welcome back. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 DOP on the radar. Right now, still dealing with some light snow showers at this point as the system continues to push east outside of our area. Heading into the rest of this morning, aside from the lower elevations, watch out for some slick spots on those roadways. Even though it could be just a thin layer on the road, this wet snow is slushy and could be as slick as ice. Winds right now, not too bad. Winds will continue to pick up this morning and into this afternoon as the winds turn more westerly. And a live look At those current temperatures, you can see Mohawk Valley still right around freezing, 33 degrees, Little Falls and Westmoreland, a little cooler up in the North Country, 31 Inlet, and down into the low 30s over in Richfield Springs. Cool weather sticks around for the next few days, then quiet weather moves in late this week, Thursday, warming up into the 40s by Friday and Saturday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Capitol Theater in
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. As you wake up, depending on location, you could be seeing either trace to no snow or as high as 6 inches. Let's take a look at those snowfall totals this morning. Again, this is not light, fluffy snow. This is that heavy, wet snow, hard to shovel, almost like cement. Here's a look at those totals this morning. Worcester with 6 inches of snow. Litchfield, just south of the Mohawk Valley, 4.5 inches. Stewart and Cooperstown with 4 inches of snow picked up. Scott Emiston, 3 inches of snow. Villanova Forge, 1.5 inches. And Kevin in Forestport reporting an inch of snow. This is elevation based, and those highest totals so far are picked up in the southern valleys, just in the southern portion of our area. Looking at road conditions this morning, if you were heading out, here's a live look of Utica right now overlooking Route 5. Wet roads for the most part, and you can see those temperatures in the low 30s, right around freezing. And for the most part, the heaviest snowfall has continued to push east outside of central New York. Still some lingering snow showers in the portions of Herkimer and Otsego County. A lot of that heaviest snow is over and done with currently in Oneida County right now. And those temperatures still in the low 30s, right above freezing in some areas in the Mohawk Valley, 33 Little Falls, 33 in Westmoreland, 29 up north in Big Moose. And in the southern valleys, temperatures in the 30s, 34 Cooperstown, 30 Oneonta, 31 degrees in Skenemus. The heaviest snowfall band has set up east of central New York. So again, the heaviest and the most impactful part of this system has passed us. Still some lingering light snow showers for the rest of this morning, but regardless, things are going to continue to improve this afternoon with a few lingering light snow showers this afternoon and evening. Again, not as impactful as overnight last night. Today, highs in the mid-30s, mostly cloudy skies this evening, decreasing clouds overnight tonight, and by tomorrow morning, decreasing clouds once more, some sunshine by afternoon, highs in the upper 30s, maybe even reaching the low 40s in the lowest elevations. Increasing clouds again tomorrow night with lake effect snow showers developing off of Lake Ontario, producing some snow showers in the North Country overnight, and then as the daytime progresses Wednesday afternoon, that lake effect snow band will start to slowly shift south into the Mohawk Valley. And so for today, highs in the mid-30s, light snow, windy conditions tonight. Decreasing clouds, lows falling into the mid to upper 20s. Your 7-day forecast. Again, watch out for some slick spots on the roads this morning, especially in those higher elevations. Main roads such as Route 8 and the arterial Route 12 and lower elevations have some slick spots, but are generally fine, mainly on the wet side. Drying out Tuesday, lake effect snow Wednesday, and then as we head into the remainder of the work week, into the 30s Thursday, 40s Friday through Sunday, and for the most part looking to be a quiet stretch of weather.
Beautiful. Looks like next weekend some sunshine as well.
Yeah, hopefully looking forward to that.
Yeah, Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:52. Still ahead on Sun 2023.
Now, you're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning on this Monday. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And get ready to take it slow this morning, as some hilltops especially are a little treacherous.
Yeah, as you saw on the Cooperstown camera there for a moment ago, the roads are beautiful, but they are slick. This is not fluffy snow, light snow. This is wet concrete, cement, like the stuff, stuff that's hard to shovel. And also, even though it's hard to shovel, it's also on the slick side too. Roads a little bit slushy in those highest elevations. So we do have a wet snow alert. This is primarily for, again, those highest elevations, and I would say mainly in the southern valleys. North Country didn't see the highest totals compared to the southern valleys. And again, surfaces could be as slick as ice, so definitely slow down if you see some snowy spots on the roads. If you look to downtown Utica, roads are primarily wet. So for your morning commute today, as soon as you hit the lower elevations, main roads, you should be okay. Those temperatures right now are currently in the low 30s. But here in downtown Cooperstown, again, slushy roads here and there, so budget extra time for your morning commute. Still some light snow showers taking place here in central New York on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2. Top of the radar, that heaviest snow is currently over Albany, and a lingering snow band is continuing to push east. And so for today, grab those snow boots, that snow brush, and budget some extra time heading to work this morning. Highs reaching the mid-30s. Light snow this afternoon, not as impactful as this morning. Heading into tonight, things quiet down with some sunshine expected tomorrow, and then after that, lake effect snow on Wednesday. Full details in that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. With the snow falling there.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, welcome back. As you saw on the Cavity Tower camera, this snowfall event has been primarily elevation based, as the lower elevations in the Utica area I-90 corridor, those temperatures were right around freezing right until the very end of the snowfall. And so for the most part, barely any accumulation on the roads in the lowest elevations. Still some slick spots as you head up the hills, and some light accumulation, even a little bit on those roads, could be slick enough to cause some travel issues. So definitely slow down if you are going up or down any of these hills. This evening, additional light snow, but the most impactful of this snowfall event has since passed to the east. And you can see the snow showers as of, let's see, 6:14. Most of that snow has continued to push outside of the western portion of our area, and still some light snow continuing east. You can see it on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 dot with the radar. After that, though, some light lake effect snow showers this afternoon and this evening before we're looking at more sunshine tomorrow. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Organizers of the annual snow.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Snowfall still continuing a little bit for some of us this morning, but the most impactful of the snow has since pushed east. A look at those totals. Again, this was expected to be elevation based, and so far that is pretty much held true. 6 inches of snowfall heading towards the Catskills near Worcester, 4.5 inches in Litchfield. Cooperstown, 4 inches of snow. You head to Edmiston, 3 inches. And as you move into the valley, closer to it, New Hartford, with 1 inch of snowfall accumulation. And this snow isn't fluffy. It is wet and dense, hard to shovel, hard to brush. However, if you do live in lower elevations, not too much to deal with. Road conditions right now. Here is a look at downtown Utica on our Nexus camera. Currently 32 degrees. Roads primarily wet. A few isolated slick spots, but overall no real travel impacts if you were heading in the lower elevations. As you head into the hilltops, north and south of the valley, there could be a little more slick spots. Again, even though the road will see a little bit of light snow on it, it still will be as slick as ice. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 dot of the radar. That snow is continuing to push east. Still some snow showers taking place in portions of Herkimer and Otsego County, but most of that snow is over and done with currently in Oneida County. And you can see the bigger picture. That heaviest snow band has since set up over Albany and continued to push east. We are about a few miles away from that most impactful part of the system, and now behind it, just dealing with additional light snow showers. So in our Skycast for today, again, that widespread heavy wet snow coming to an end this morning, barely being able to stick in the low elevations due to that rain yesterday and those warmer temperatures. And for this afternoon, highs in the mid-30s, additional light lake effect snow showers today, maybe additional accumulations north and south of the valley by around 1 inch or so. Then heading into this evening into the night, a few light flurries coming to an end, mostly cloudy skies, decreasing clouds overnight. Then by tomorrow morning, turning into tomorrow afternoon, some sunshine, highs in the upper 30s, maybe low 40s if the snow or if the sun is going to be a little on the stronger side. Then by tomorrow night, lake effect snow takes place in the North Country. Then the wind direction will cause that snow to become more scattered, then slowly sweep south into the Mohawk Valley by Wednesday evening, eventually in the southern valleys by Wednesday night. Additional snowfall expected today, well, maybe a trace to an inch of snow here in the valley, 1 to 3 inches, primarily in those highest elevations. I would say more likely south of the Mohawk Valley. For today, highs in the mid-30s, light snow, windy conditions tonight, down into the mid-20s, decreasing clouds. Your 7-day forecast. After today, looking quiet for Tuesday with some sunshine. Again, lake effect snow Wednesday. Then entering overall a pretty quiet and mild stretch of weather for Thursday through Sunday. Some peaks of sunshine some of those days as well. And for the most part, no impactful weather system like we are seeing right now. So
Yeah, nice to see some sunshine in that 7-day forecast.
that's for sure.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
News 202 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And just take it slow if you're heading out this morning. Some messy roads still out there, slushy most part, right?
Yeah, the main concern, because this snow is not fluffy, it is slushy, it's wet, it's hard to shovel, and so even though there might be a thin layer of snow on the road, it will be slick, almost ice-like. So we do have a wet snowler out this morning. This is primarily in the higher elevations. The lower elevations, roads are primarily wet, but regardless, just of course, as you head out the door this morning, be careful of some slick spots due to wet snow. Here is a live look at road conditions right now in downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. Route 5, wet roads, not too bad out. Shouldn't have any issue if you are in the lower elevations heading to work this morning. However, if you are driving from hilltops or if you are traveling north and south of the Mohawk Valley, again, watch out for any slick spots on the roads. You can see right here in Cooperstown, slushy roads currently on Main Street. Snow, light snow, still falling right now. Current temperature a little above freezing, 34 degrees. And you can see some light snow taking place across central New York. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. That widespread heavy snowfall band has continued to push through Albany, and just some lingering snow showers continuing to exit central New York. Currently just on the edge of Cooperstown, Little Falls, entering portions of St. Johnsville. And so for today, grab that snow brush, grab some snow boots too. And watch out for some slick spots there heading out the door this morning. Highs in the mid-30s with additional light lake effect snow this afternoon. That comes to an end. We're talking about sunshine for tomorrow and then a return to more lake effect snow heading into Wednesday. Details on that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. President Biden has invited Ukrainian
Insurance Group.
Good morning and welcome back. We're still dealing with some snow showers in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2. Doppler radar, that is primarily to the eastern portion of our area, currently exiting Herkimer and Otsego counties. Notice that line right over Utica. Beyond there, rest of Oneida County is currently dry. Now, we'll be still expecting some light snow showers today due to some light lake effect snow, but for the most part, the most impactful of this system has since departed east and is now affecting the capital region out near Albany. Those wind speeds right now, not too bad. Calm winds across a lot of the area. Winds will pick up this morning into this afternoon, a bit breezy or windy out there. And so for those higher elevations in the southern valleys, maybe some power outages continuing from some wind gusts from the south. And you can see those temperatures this morning right around freezing. Mohawk Valley, 33 degrees. Heading into the southern valleys, 31 Richfield Springs, 33 Cooperstown. A little cooler, 31 degrees up in Inlet. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Capitol Theater in Rome.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Most of the impactful snow has departed east of our area. Still some lingering light snow showers taking place in Herkimer and Otsego counties. Taking a look at the snowfall totals so far this morning. Heavy, wet snow. This is the stuff that's slushy, hard to shovel, but it is good to make snowmen if you get enough of it. The current totals: Worcester was 6 inches of snow, Cooperstown 4 inches, Hartwick 3.5 inches, Edmiston 3, and then heading into the Mohawk Valley, New Hartford with 1 inch of snow. So the highest totals, as expected, remained in the higher elevations, this time primarily in the southern valleys. Mohawk Valley still on the low end of our forecast with 1 inch. A live look at the downtown Utica camera right now on the Nexus Center. You can see main roads are relatively fine on the wet side. Maybe a few slick spots here and there, but for the most part, don't expect any serious travel issues in the lowest elevations. If you're traveling from the hilltops, watch out for some slushy spots from that snow. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 top of the radar right now. That snow is continuing to push east. The area that saw the most power outages were primarily in the Catskills region, the central to southern portion of Otsego County into parts of Delaware County and south. This is where most of those outages are. That's where the most snow fell, as well as the strongest winds. Now, the bigger picture, that front is continuing to push east outside of our area. That heaviest snowfall band set up just over Albany, pretty much, over the Catskills, and then is weakening as it continues to shift east. So you can see in our Skycast this morning, widespread snowfall coming to an end with just some lingering flurries this morning. Temperatures already in the low to mid 30s. Additional light lake effect snow showers this afternoon and this evening. Maybe an inch or so of accumulation in the highest elevations north and south of the valley, with maybe a dusting here locally in the Utica area. Then overnight tonight, a few flurries, mostly cloudy skies. Then by tomorrow morning, decreasing clouds, sunshine by tomorrow afternoon with highs in the mid 30s. Then for tomorrow night, lake effect snow starts set up in the North Country and maybe a brief band in the southern valleys from Lake Erie. That shifts south as the day progresses. 1 p.m. still a few scattered light showers setting up over the Mohawk Valley around 5 p.m. and then finally pushing south by Wednesday night. So again, additional snowfall possible today, maybe trace to an inch here in the Mohawk Valley, and the highest elevations on the lower side, I would say maybe close to an inch. So for today, highs in the mid 30s, light snow, windy conditions tonight down into the upper 20s to mid 20s, decreasing clouds. Your 7-day forecast, again, watch out for slick spots on the hilltops this morning. Heading into tomorrow, things quiet down with some sunshine, highs in the mid 30s, lake effect snow Wednesday. Then quieting down, heading into the remainder of the week with some sunshine here and there. Warming up, though, with highs in the mid-40s by Friday.
Definitely take your time this morning for sure.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 6:51. Still ahead on Sunrise. Libertor.
Now I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, you are like a gazelle coming over from the weather center.
I tried tiptoeing. My shoes are a little loud.
With a little bit of notice, boy, you were here and there quickly.
Yeah, and today we're dealing with some snow showers. In the lower elevations, not too bad. Wet roads aren't too slick as you head up the hilltops, especially in Otsego and I'd say primarily in Otsego County. You're dealing with much more snowfall. Look at these snowfall totals this morning. New Hartford, about an inch of snow. Some areas in the Mohawk Valley, barely anything. But again, as you head up the elevations, Cherry Valley 3 inches, Hartwick 3.5, Cooperstown 4, Worcester heading closer to the Catskill region, upwards of 6 inches or more. And a live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. Heading out this morning, roads should be fine in the lowest elevations. Wet roads, again, maybe a few isolated slick spots near bridges, but again, this is the main scene for a lot of those roads. Current temperature 32 degrees. You can see a different story in Oneonta. Look at this, a winter wonderland down there. Just a beautiful shot. Now, it is beautiful, but again, the snow is heavy this morning. Very low ratios between water to snow. So again, if you are shoveling your snow this morning, take some breaks. It's on the heavy side. And again, watch out for slick spots this morning. Temperatures climbing into the mid-30s for this afternoon. a few lingering light snow showers here and there. And as we head into this afternoon and this evening tonight, things quiet down. Tomorrow, sunshine, then lake effect snow returns on Wednesday. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away. With the snow falling there.
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy Monday. A bit snowy in some areas this morning. However, in the Mohawk Valley, with those warmer temperatures yesterday, it was hard for that snow to stick. In fact, here's a look at those snowfall totals this morning. The highest totals are in the southern valleys. In Worcester with 6 inches of total snowfall. Heading into Cooperstown, 4 inches accumulation. Into Hartwick, 3.5. Edmiston, 3 inches of snow. And then lastly, taking a look in the Mohawk Valley, New Hartford, packing the snow right around an inch or so of accumulation. And if you're wondering how road conditions are this morning, here's a live look of downtown Utica. Main roads are on the wet side. However, aside from a few slick spots here and there, you should have no issues traveling in the lowest elevations. If you're traveling from hilltops this morning, again, exercise caution when driving down, especially down hills. Here's a different view right here in Oneonta, a beautiful wintry scene right here. Most of the snow, again, did fall in Otsego County. That wet, dense snow that it's hard to shovel, and it is slushy and slick. And so, again, slick spots in some areas of the roads, and of course, budget extra minute or two to wipe off the snow off your car this morning. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar showing a clearing of snow showers as most of the widespread dense snow has since continued eastward outside of central New York. We're looking at this system right here. Lake effect snow will start to develop off of Lake Ontario, producing maybe an inch of snow or more in the highest elevations north of the Mohawk Valley and south, maybe a dusting to an inch here locally throughout the day. Again, that most impactful part of the system has since departed. Most of the power outages with the stronger winds and heavier snowfall primarily was located in the Catskills region, the southern to central portion of Otsego County, and farther south into Delaware County, and again, closer to the Catskills. Radar and satellite showing that heavy band of dark blue. You notice that system right there moved right over Albany and is weakening and continuing to shift eastward. So if you're wondering, is most of the snow we're done with? The answer is yes. Most of the impactful snow system has passed east of us. Our Skycast is showing again that snow coming to an end, pushing east. We'll still be dealing with some lingering lake effect snow today, windy conditions, but barely any accumulation as those temperatures do climb above freezing here in the Mohawk Valley. And then as the evening progresses, still some lingering light snow showers coming to an end with a few flurries, then mostly cloudy skies. Then by tomorrow morning, clearing clouds, sunshine by the afternoon, high temperatures climbing into the upper 30s. Then tomorrow night, around 7 p.m., wind direction favors some lake effect off of Lake Ontario into the North Country. That snow will still stick north, maybe a few flurries in southern valleys from Lake Erie. Then by Wednesday afternoon, that band will become more disorganized and scattered, and then gradually shift south before isolating once more in the southern valleys Wednesday night. And so how much accumulation, additional accumulation, are we talking about for today? Well, maybe trace to 1 inch here in the Mohawk Valley. Again, we do warm up above freezing, so it'll be hard for that snow to stick as did the previous snowfall. Then maybe an inch or more south of the Mohawk Valley. So for today, highs in the mid-30s, light snow, windy conditions. Tonight, down into the 20s, decreasing clouds. 7-day forecast, lake effect snow Wednesday, drying out, warming up as we enter Thursday through Sunday.
Watching News Channel 2 at noon with Gary Liberator.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And last night's snow that fell was heavy, but it definitely caused some power outages.
Yeah, that's right. The snow that fell was primarily higher elevations is what was the main impact area. Lower elevations, the snow was hard to stick. The roads were wet. Everything was wet from the rain before, and those temperatures struggled to get around freezing. So maybe the Mohawk Valley got about an inch maybe 2 inches tops. Then that snow has continued to melt. Now, the highest elevations south of the Mohawk Valley, especially Otsego County, got a good amount of snow. And I want to mention the temperature difference and why that is important. Temperatures right around 34 to 32 degrees. You get wet snow. 1 inch of water compacts into about 5 inches of wet snow. If you get chillier temperatures down into the teens, 1 inch of water, about 20 inches of fluffy snow. That doesn't really cause any travel issues aside from blowing snow across roads, but the snow we got yesterday was enough to cause power outages. As a matter of fact, the area that saw the most power outages was in south central Otsego County into the Catskills. That's where there were some good wind gusts, and of course the snow accumulating on the trees and power lines caused a few power outages. Now you can see here in the Mohawk Valley, a live look at downtown Utica. Most of that snow we got last night has since melted, but a different story as you turn our attention to Oneonta. Look at this, a beautiful winter wonderland down there. Current temperature in Oneonta just below freezing at 30 degrees. Now for today, additional light lake effect rain and snow showers depending on elevation. Not expecting a whole lot here in the Mohawk Valley, maybe an inch or two expected in higher elevations, but for today, highs in the mid-30s. Light lake effect rain and snow, windy conditions too. Things quiet down tonight as we head into tomorrow. Some sunshine, quiet weather expected once more. Then by Wednesday, more lake effect snow showers. Details on that in the full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back after a very snowy overnight for some areas here in the Mohawk Valley. Just a little bit of snow last night, a dusting on some of the roads that has since melted. A look at those snowfall totals. Again, this was highly elevation based as those temperatures last night were on their way to right around freezing. However, it warmed right back up again here in the Mohawk Valley. Worcester at the highest total of 8 inches of snow. Schuyler Lake 6 inches, heading into Cooperstown 4 inches, Hartwick 3.5, Edmiston 3, and here in the Mohawk Valley, especially New Hartford, about an inch and maybe inch and a half before compacting. Reports coming in the valley between a dusting, half an inch to an inch of snow. And that was all due to the, one, warmer temperatures near the surface, and two, with all that widespread rain yesterday, it was going to be hard for that snow to stick, and sure enough, it didn't. A lot of the areas in lowest elevations barely saw any impactful travel overnight last night. However, the highest elevations definitely had a bit of a tricky travel situation this morning with some slick roads. Roads are pretty much clear for the most part, even as far south as Oneonta. Beautiful shot right here in the City of the Hills with a snowy scene right behind me. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are not done with rain or snow just yet. Lake effect is starting to take place just off of Lake Ontario. Here in the valley, we are above freezing, so this snow could mix in with maybe some ice shards like thin sleet, and then maybe even some rain showers. But here in the North Country, in the southern valleys, below freezing areas, could see a light dusting of snow to upwards of an inch to 2 inches, at least in the overnight hours tonight, before things do quiet down by tomorrow. Those temperatures again in the valley, above freezing, 35, 36 degrees all across I-90, 29 up north in Big Moose, southern valleys, 35 Cooperstown, however heading into Oneonta, 30 degrees. Radar and satellite going back in time, showing the whole setup right here. Notice the heaviest snowfall band started to form outside of our area, just to the east, and then continued through Albany, while most of our area just saw some light snow by the most part by the early morning today. And so in our Skycast, still seeing some light lake effect rain and snow showers for today, drying out by tonight with a few lingering flurries, overnight lows falling into the upper 20s, low 30s. Then for tomorrow, starting out with some morning clouds, sunshine peeking out by the afternoon, with highs approaching the upper 30s. Then, as we head into tomorrow night, lake effect snow starts to form off of Lake Ontario in the North Country. Then it will start to sweep south as the afternoon progresses. So for today, highs in the mid-30s, light rain and snow showers, windy conditions tonight, down into the 20s with decreasing clouds. Your 7-day forecast. Again, quiet weather for tomorrow, highs in the mid to upper 30s. Wednesday, lake effect snow, then heading into the end of the week, looking quiet with temperatures ranging in the low 30s by Thursday into the mid 40s by Friday and Sunday.
Quite a difference.
Quite a difference, that's for sure.
Eric, thanks. Although we saw there in this half hour, once again, here is meteorologist Eric Gage.
That heaviest snow has since departed out to the east. Today, we'll be dealing with just a few lingering light sprinkles, maybe some light sleet, and a few flurries in the highest elevations. Here's a live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. All that snow that we got here in Utica this morning, the dusting to an inch of it has since melted as those temperatures have climbed above freezing. Currently 35 degrees. A different story. In Cooperstown, more snow has fallen. Temperatures are also above freezing right now, so the roads have since greatly improved. Heading to Oneonta, farther south, below freezing. Currently 30 degrees with a beautiful snowy scene down there. About 4 inches of snow, the latest report coming in from Oneonta. And Bill and Old Forge checking in with 4 inches, or 3 inches I should say, of snowfall. Temperatures right below freezing. A live look at the Artful Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar right now, still dealing with some lake effect snow showers in the North Country. The Mohawk Valley is still warm enough for that to turn over to turning over to sleet and possibly just some rain. And so for today, barely any additional accumulation expected in the Mohawk Valley, maybe 1 to 2 inches in the highest elevations north and south. As heading to tonight, things quiet down, sunshine expected tomorrow, and more lake effect in the way for Wednesday. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And because of last night's very...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. A lot of us saw some snow showers yesterday after widespread rain last night. However, only the highest elevations saw a lot of that accumulate. In fact, here is a look right here. This is in Worcester. The totals up there were right around 8 inches of snow, and the overall the range of that was right between 4 inches in lower elevations down there, and a little bit higher on those hilltops. I'm looking to get the credits right here in just a second. This is from Melinda Marshall. Again, this is 8 inches in Worcester. And look at those totals from across central New York. Again, highest elevation saw that snowfall. Skyler Lake, 6 inches of snow. Cooperstown, 4 inches. Hartwick, 3.5. In the Mohawk Valley, an inch, inch and a half tops. The roads were wet, the grass was wet, and then the switchover was a little later, and because of that, a lot of the snow stuck. But still, it was a bit messy this morning for some areas. 2-hour delays were justified, especially south of the valley. Current conditions, wet roads in the Mohawk Valley right now, above freezing in downtown Utica, around 35 degrees. Beautiful scene with plenty of snow for the final day of classes at SUNY Oneonta. A live look from our camera at Top Hartwick College. A live look at the Artful Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar for today. We're going to be dealing with a still additional light lake effect rain or snow depending on location. Lowest elevations, I-90 corridor, Utica area. We'll see mainly rain, maybe some sleet mix in, but for the most part, the snow will be primarily isolated to the higher elevations north and south of the valley. And the bigger picture, you can see what happened with this system overnight last night. Starting out as widespread rain, then the cool air mixed in. Heaviest snow fell just east of our area, out towards Albany. The Catskills got the worst of it. That's where most of the power outages occurred. Now, on our Skycast for today, that most impactful snow has since passed us. Our alert mode is pretty much over. Still some additional light lake effect snow and rain showers here and there, but no true impacts weather-wise for traveling, at least for today. A few flurries lingering overnight tonight. Overnight lows falling into the upper 20s, low 30s. Then for tomorrow, plenty of sunshine. Highs in the upper 30s. Before lake effect snow starts to take place in the North Country once more tomorrow, early tomorrow morning, into Wednesday morning, I should say. Then that sweeps south by Wednesday afternoon. A few scattered light snow showers becoming more isolated into a single lake effect band south heading into Wednesday night. So for today, highs in the mid-30s, light rain and snow, windy conditions tonight. Down into the 20s with decreasing clouds. Your 7-day forecast, seasonally pleasant weather tomorrow, sunshine, highs in the mid to upper 30s. For Wednesday, lake effect snow showers sweeping south throughout the day, but after that, entering a relatively quiet stretch of weather Thursday through Sunday. A bit on the mild side, mid-40s Friday and Sunday, with some sunshine peeking out some of those days as well. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Beachgoers got
For a lot of
A
us.
thin layer of snow on the roads, but it was the power lines, the snow on the power lines and the tree limbs that led to power outages. In Otsego County right now, between NYSEG, National Grid, and Otsego Electric Cooperative, more than 2,700 homes are still without electricity. The snow was so heavy it was bringing down the lines or causing branches to fall on the lines. A reminder to never touch a downed power line as it could be live.
Time now for a first look at the forecast. We bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. We've got some snow totals. We kind of lucked out in this one. Not too bad for us.
Yeah, and no surprises with our local forecast here. We were expecting to see big differences between the lower elevations and the hilltop locations, and that's what panned out. New Hartford, 1 inch of snow, but as we climb into higher elevations, 6, 7, 8 inches of snow, especially eastern Otsego County, Worcester, 8 inches of snow. Schuyler Lake, that elevation, I believe, is 1,500 feet, 6 inches of snow. And it's that heavy, wet snow causing problems today with scattered power outages. We're still tracking some light snow this evening from lake effect. We're not expecting much more additional accumulation, but don't be surprised if the snow continues to fall lightly throughout this evening and into early tonight. Current temperature is 33 degrees. We'll get a chance to dry out tonight and a break tomorrow. In tomorrow's weather, it looks pleasant tomorrow. Some snow looks to return on Wednesday. This evening, again, snow showers, temperatures in the 30s, tracking a couple of cold days ahead before the weather starts to warm up. Look at your forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Around America, family.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking the leftovers of last night's weather. Some lake effect snow showers continue in central New York with a northwest wind that has been howling throughout the course of the day today. It's been a blustery afternoon. The winds will be dying off this evening. The lake effect snow will also be coming to an end. And we are expecting the weather to improve. We're going to see less wind, warmer temperatures, and drier conditions as we head into tomorrow. But again, for now, tracking some scattered snow showers. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. With some of these bands, there will be a brief drop in visibility, but we're not expecting much accumulation out of this heading into tonight. This does look to wind down before midnight. Live look in downtown Utica. Again, traveling conditions tonight will be decent in most areas. Our current temperature in downtown Utica, 33. And as you can see, there was very little snow accumulation in the lower elevations last night. It took a long time for that rain to turn over to snow. Didn't really happen until near just after midnight in the Mohawk Valley. Whitesboro, 32 degrees. Little Falls, 33. Inlet, 28 degrees. Across Southern Valleys, looking at a temperature of, in Cooperstown, of 32, Oneonta, 27, and Skenevis with 27 degrees. Winds coming in from the northwest today as low pressure moves away. The winds become lighter tonight, but again, some hilltop locations that saw that heavy, wet snowfall could still see a few downed limbs as the winds continue for the next couple of hours. But again, the idea here is that things improve tonight. It turns mostly cloudy. Overnight temperatures drop down into the mid-20s. Tomorrow, it's cloudy in the morning, but we're expecting sunshine to develop as we get into the afternoon. The winds turn into the southwest. Temperatures climb above freezing, so we'll see a decent amount of melting snow in the higher elevations. The next weather system arrives tomorrow night. This is going to be a cold front. A brief round of snow tomorrow night, widespread as the front drops in from the north. And then heading into Wednesday, scattered lake effect snow showers are expected. There will be some accumulation, looks to be north of the Mohawk Valley. It looks like a few inches are possible across northern Herkimer, northern Oneida, and southern Lewis County. Decreasing clouds tonight, low temperature of 25. Nice day tomorrow. Partly sunny skies. We're up to 40 degrees with that wind from the southwest. Much later tomorrow compared to today. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Some snow on Wednesday, 33, 34 Thursday. A couple of chilly nights ahead too, but we're into the 40s with sunshine. A few days of sunshine, which to me is more remarkable than temperatures in the 40s because it's hard to get sunshine this time of the year. We'll have a few chances of getting that heading into the weekend.
All right, Bill, thank you.
All right.
The CDC says it's time to get our first look at the forecast in this half hour with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Now we're tracking some lake effect snow showers working in from the north. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The snow tonight looks relatively light, just a very minor accumulation, especially to the north, and the snow does come to an end as we head into this evening. Stage is set for some pleasant weather tomorrow. Winds turn into the southwest. It's going to help temperatures climb to 40. Got a couple of cold days ahead Wednesday and Thursday before the weather warms up again. Temperatures climb into the 40s here as we look ahead to Friday and into the weekend, which is above average for this time of the year. Taking the dog out for a walk this evening. Again, it's cold, it's breezy. So maybe make it a shorter walk, and again, some scattered snow showers. Tonight's featured dog, Rocky from West Winfield. If you want to be part of this, head to Sky with an E, Cast, WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive. We're tracking some snow for Wednesday. Look at the forecast coming up. Back over to you.
Bill, thank you. An early holiday gift as gas prices drop.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're tracking scattered lake effect snow showers as we head into this evening. Accumulations look to be very light. The snow is going to gradually come to an end. But if you're out and about driving, don't be surprised to see some snow in the air. These bands are moving in from the north, and it's also quite windy out there. In fact, maximum wind gusts today for most of us about 35 miles an hour. We saw one isolated reading over 40 miles an hour. That was in Brookfield, 46 miles an hour. The combination of these winds, along with that wet snow and higher elevations, did create scattered power outages. The good news is the wind is expected to drop off as we head into tonight. Well, this was a live look in Old Forge. Not sure what the camera's doing now. Let's see if we can reset this. Well, there we go. Some snow on the ground. So if you are traveling to or from a higher elevation, could be a little tricky to get around. By the way, 27 degrees, the current temperature in Old Forge. Our Skywatchers coming in with temperatures and snowfall measurements. This was taken earlier today. Mike in New Hartford with 1 inch of accumulation. Forestport, 28 degrees. Barneveld, 30. Gray picking up 2 inches of snowfall. Curtis, 28 degrees. Mohawk with a temperature of 32. Worcester with 6 inches of snow, as well as Westford, some of the higher elevations in Otsego County. Paynes Hollow picking up 2 inches of snow. Again, very elevation dependent of an accumulation last night. As you look at the radar and satellite image, today's snow showers being driven off of Lake Ontario. Winds will die down tonight. Lake effect snow comes to an end. Temperatures will fall down into the upper 20s, so a seasonably cold night. Mostly cloudy skies early Tuesday, but we're expecting some sunshine to take place as winds turn into the south. Should actually be a nice day. Temperatures climb to near 40. Tomorrow night, increasing clouds. A cold front drops in from the north. This produces a burst of snow late tomorrow evening and colder temperatures as we head into Wednesday. Winds coming in from the northwest, meaning more lake effect snow is expected throughout Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. An early look at accumulation, really not much in the Mohawk Valley, but hilltops north of the valley could pick up 2, 3, 4 inches of snowfall, especially heading into the central part of Herkimer County. Tonight, decreasing clouds, low of 25. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies, pleasant, temperatures close to 40. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Snow showers on Wednesday, temperatures in the low 30s. Thursday, Friday, partly sunny skies. It's looking chilly Thursday, but we're into the 40s on Friday. And right now the weekend is looking pretty nice. Mostly cloudy Saturday, 43. Partly sunny Sunday, 44. Rain chances here as we look ahead to Monday. We'll be right back.
Parts of the area, but it was the snow on the power lines and the tree limbs that led to power outages in Otsego County at this hour between NYSEG, National Grid, and Otsego Electric Cooperative customers. More than 2,700 homes are still without electricity. The snow so heavy it was bringing down the lines or causing branches to fall on the lines. A reminder, never touch a downed power line as it could still be live.
First look at your forecast at 6. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Yeah, we did pick up several inches of snow in the higher elevations overnight as expected. Some of the totals here happened in elevations over 1,500 feet. Worcester, Schuyler Lake, 6 to 8 inches of accumulation. Cooperstown, 4 inches. Only 1 inch of snow in New Hartford, and again, the lower elevations seeing a lot less because it took a lot longer for that rain to turn over to snow. Again, as expected. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Scattered snow showers continue from Lake Ontario. This snow will be very light this evening, but if you're heading north, a brief drop in visibility is possible. Current temperature is 32 degrees. That wind from the west will be backing off tonight. We do get a chance to dry out and conditions improve tomorrow. We're expecting less wind, dry weather, even some sunshine, especially in the afternoon. Snow looks to return on Wednesday. With some lake effect accumulation. This evening, temperatures in the 30s, scattered snow showers. Again, we're tracking some warmer weather in our future after a couple of cold days. Look at the forecasts coming out. Back over to you.
Bill, thank you. A Utica TV.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking some scattered snow showers. That will come to an end as we head into tonight. But if you're heading out, especially heading north, you'll likely run into this band. It's towards Old Forge, producing a brief drop in visibility. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The snow this evening is not all that heavy. We're not expecting much of an accumulation. Most areas pick up less than 1 inch from here on out as that snow will be winding down. A windy day today, wind gusts 30, 35 miles an hour. Our peak wind gusts locally, Brookfield, 46 miles an hour. That was the exception rather than the rule. But these winds, strong enough combined with that heavy, wet snow to create some of those scattered power outages that we've seen, especially in the hilltop locations. Live look in downtown Utica, a lot less snow has accumulated. In fact, the little that we did get last night has completely melted in some areas. We're expecting temperatures tonight to fall below freezing, so there could be some patchy black ice on untreated surfaces. It's something that's very common this time of the year. Mike in New Hartford, 1 inch of snowfall from last night into early today. Barneveld, 30 degrees. Inlet, 6 inches of snow. That's a snowfall measurement from Eric. Curtis, 28 degrees. Mohawk, 32. 6 inches of snow in Worcester and Westford. Again, both higher elevations in the southeastern part of Otsego County. Winds today turning into the northwest in the wake of last night's cold front. The winds become lighter and switch into the southwest ahead of the next cold front that's expected to arrive tomorrow night. Tonight, snow showers come to an end. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-20s. Tomorrow, it's a cloudy start to the day, but as the winds turn into the southwest, we lose the lake effect clouds, and we should see some sunshine. Temperatures climb to near 40. Clouds return tomorrow night. A cold front drops in from the north. A brief burst of snow late tomorrow evening, thinking 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. And then the stage is set for some lake effect snow showers on Wednesday. We're not expecting a lot of snow locally, but there could be a couple of inches of accumulation north of the Mohawk Valley. This is an early look at some of the projected snowfall totals. We'll have a look at our snowfall forecast here tonight for 10 and 11 as we get one more piece of information to put together the map. Decreasing clouds tonight down to 25. Tomorrow, looking at partly sunny skies, temperatures near 40. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, some light snow Wednesday, 33. Thursday, Friday, some sunshine. It's chilly Thursday. We're into the 40s, though, as we head into the weekend. Looking at generally dry weather. Rain returns on Monday with temperatures in the low 40s. We'll be right back.
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Snowfall totals, I'm going to toot your horn. These are right where we thought they would be because You follow the science. It's that simple.
Well, yeah, we kind of went with our gut here, talking about the changeover from rain to snow, thinking it was going to take longer. You know, the thing is, it was all about the surface temperatures last night.
There you go.
Being warmer. It took longer for that snow to accumulate. Our computer models miss things like that sometimes. They can give us an idea how much snow is going to fall, but not necessarily how much is going to stay on the ground. Higher elevations saw some pretty big numbers, though, last night. We do have more snowfall in our future, and it looks like Wednesday we may be seeing some lake effect snow. Live look outside, seeing some snow showers this evening, but we're not expecting much accumulation here. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Snow showers will be pretty light tonight. Temperature-wise, sitting at 30 degrees, cloudy skies. Temperatures will very slowly fall overnight. We'll get a chance to dry out. Pleasant tomorrow. Another cold front arrives tomorrow night, brings us a burst of snow, and more lake effect snow is in the forecast as we head into Wednesday. We've got another snowfall forecast to give you an idea what we're thinking here coming up in just a bit. Cloudy tonight, down to 25, and tracking our next chance of snow along with a warm up. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Governor Hochul announced a $10 billion.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track some scattered snow showers moving in from the north this evening. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The activity is pretty light, and again, very minor snow accumulation is expected overnight north of the Mohawk Valley. It was a windy day today. Our peak wind gusts from New York State Mesonet, generally in the 30-mile-an-hour range, but we did see one locally higher gust in Brookfield of 46 miles an hour. The winds have backed off this evening. We're expecting lighter winds tonight and tomorrow. Here's a live look in downtown Utica. We saw some flurries earlier today, but a lot of the snow has melted. And the little accumulation we did get last night is pretty much gone, at least in the lower elevations. For the city of Utica, today's, or I should say last night's snowfall of 1 inch brings us up to 4.9 inches for the season to date. As you can imagine, we usually get a lot more snow by this point in December. Our average is 14.1 inches, and we're running a departure of 9.2 inches. Not a surprise, no. This has been a slow start to winter here in central New York, and looking at some of the long-range patterns, I don't foresee us catching up on snowfall anytime soon. Still got a long winter to go, though. So look at the radar and satellite image. Scattered snow showers from a northwest wind. The wind direction changes tonight, so the lake effect snow will be heading to the north, and looking at mostly cloudy skies overnight. Temperatures fall into the mid-20s. Tomorrow, a nice day. Winds turning to the south. We lose the lake effect clouds. We'll see some sunshine in the afternoon, and looking at temperatures close to 40 degrees. A cold front drops in from the north tomorrow night. It produces some scattered snow showers. Lake effect snow sets up for Wednesday morning across the North Country, and that band of snow is expected to gradually develop and drop southward throughout Wednesday afternoon into the Mohawk Valley. And we are likely expecting some accumulating snow. In fact, looking at some of the early numbers here, thinking a general 2 to 5 inches of accumulation north of the Mohawk Valley. Again, with the possibility of some locally heavier amounts. This would include areas like Boonville and Old Forge and Camden. Speculator, in the Mohawk Valley, an accumulation is expected, but we're thinking closer to maybe 1 to 2 inches. We'll keep an eye on that just based on how the wind is expected to develop on Wednesday. Decreasing clouds tonight, low of 25. Tomorrow, partly sunny, pleasant. Temperatures near 40. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Light snow Wednesday, 33. Chilly Thursday, but the sun is out, and we're expecting warmer weather. Should climb into the 40s again. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with rain possible next Monday.
Jogging weather.
It is. The roads are going to be bare.
All right. That's
Yeah.
what you'd like to see. Thanks, Bill. Coming up next, we'll first look at the forecast tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. We're talking a little bit about snowfall totals, right where we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it was all about the temperature, really.
Yeah, and I know that our forecast was different than a lot of other entities. We don't usually talk about that because we just do our own work here.
Yeah.
And I think that's important for folks to know. One of the keys about last night was the fact that it was so warm near the surface.
There you go.
And look at the big difference that it made with snowfall totals. Our higher elevations did get quite a bit of snow, but the lower spots did not. We're tracking more snow as we head into Wednesday. Our next chance comes from Lake Ontario. We've got another cold front moving in and some lake effect snow to track. A live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Some flurries continue to fall north of the Mohawk Valley. Temperature-wise, we're sitting at 32 degrees, but we will fall below freezing tonight, and we did see some melting snow today, so any time you have that combination, you're always on the lookout for a few slippery spots on untreated surfaces. Our weather headlines, again, we do get a chance to dry out tonight. Pleasant weather tomorrow, and again, some lake effect snow showers to track, along with some accumulating snow on Wednesday. Cloudy tonight, low temperature of 25. Again, tracking our next weather maker for the middle of the week. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Governor Hochul in Austin.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're continuing to spot a few flurries on the radar this evening. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Not a big deal, but this is impacting western Oneida County. The winds change direction tonight, and that's going to lift whatever leftover flurries there are out there to the north. Windy day today. How about those wind gusts in the afternoon? Measured between about 30 to as much as 46 miles an hour. This is from New York State Mesonet, a network of weather stations across New York State. And here's a couple of our local readings. Brookfield, 46 miles an hour. Herkimer, Colebrook, Westmoreland, about 35, 36 miles an hour. That was the peak gust today. Again, that did cause some scattered power outages. Live look in downtown Utica. Things look quiet. The little snow we did get in the lower elevations melted today. This is a look at season snowfall for the city of Utica. With today's inch of accumulation, the season stands at 4.9 inches. And, well, you don't need me to tell you that it's a slow start to winter. We're usually used to a lot more snow by now. We typically get at 14.1 inches by this point in December, and we are running a noticeable departure of 9 inches. It's a long winter, a lot can change, but again, it is definitely a slow start by all measuring standards. As we look at the radar and satellite image, the weather quiets down tomorrow. Again, the wind turns into the southwest, and we get into a relatively warm wind. As we look at our Storm Tracker 2 skycast tonight, mostly cloudy skies, overnight lows in the mid-20s. Tomorrow, that southwest wind also clears the lake effect clouds, so we should get some sunshine. Tomorrow night, a cold front drops in from the north, and we are tracking a brief burst of snow late tomorrow evening, followed by the development of lake effect snow heading into Wednesday. The band looks to start to the north and then drop south heading into Wednesday evening. The early call on snowfall here, again, this is for Wednesday, thinking a fluffy 2 to 5 inches of accumulation north of the Mohawk Valley, a trace to 2 inches of snow in the Mohawk Valley. Decreasing clouds tonight, low temperature of 25. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies and pleasant with a high of 40. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Light snow on Wednesday, a high of 33. Thursday, cold but sunshine, and temperatures climbing to the 40s heading into the weekend.
Getting all excited the Giants are coming back.
Okay, we're going to have to watch it after.
We're going to talk sports in a little bit, but first we got to talk more weather, actually. That powerful storm system that moved